If you clicked on this video because you're going to Santa Clarita or you're going to Los Angeles and you have a small child, is 1 year. My son is 1 year old, and we took him to Los Angeles with us. We actually stayed in Santa Clarita. Yay! So we're gonna go over on what we did on those days and what not to do. The first time eating a baby pouch, eating our burritos. It has that.
And French fries.
And French fries. Oh, he wants his muffin. Okay, so the first day we left our mother-in-law's house because we were coming from Tiago's birthday party, and we drove to Santa Clarita. That was about 4 hours. It's closer than LA for us, so we stayed there with our cousin. And that day we just arrived, we set all our things up, and we had another cousin come over. We had dinner, we relaxed. It was fun. Tiago was playing with the dog, and it was a nice chill day of travel. We didn't want to do too much because Tiago was tired from being in the car. The second day we woke up and we went to the zoo. The LA Zoo is amazing. We go a lot to the zoo here in Fresno, but LA Zoo is huge. We saw a bunch of things. We saw gorillas. We saw a bunch super fun animals. And the chimpanzees. It was fun. So if you guys like the zoo, if you guys have little kids, go there. It's super entertaining. But a few tips when you go to the zoo: don't forget a hat, especially if you go during the summer. Tiago had a hat, so that was good, but we did forget his sunscreen, so don't forget your sunscreen. I packed the sunscreen, but I left it at the house, so unfortunately I didn't put sunscreen on him. But he had a hat on. We sit on the shady parts. It was fun. Another thing I wish I had bought before that trip, it's a portable fan. It was really hot and he was in the stroller for a lot of time, and if we had a little fan there, he could have stayed longer and more comfortable, and we can just even carry it ourselves. But a fan. Also, if you have a carrier, make sure you have a little carrier to carry your child if they're small enough to do that. A stroller, of course, because you're walking a lot. Good walking shoes too. I had my Converse. It was okay. My feet were tired afterwards. Okay, so our second day, we had a plan to do a hike, and I wanted to do a hike with a waterfalls or some sort of little creek at the end, and we had a couple in mind, but Tiago didn't sleep well, and I don't know why, because he's a good sleeper now, but he woke up early around 4:30. Anyway, we couldn't make it. We wanted to go to the hike soon because it gets really hot, and we wanted to be there at 9, and Tiago he needed to nap again, and we ended up not doing that. But we had planned to go to City Walk at Universal Studios, and we did. It was a lot of fun. We didn't actually go into Universal Studios. Tiago's really small. My son is really little right now, so we were planning to do that in the future. But we did go to City Walk. We had lunch there with another cousin of ours. It was fun. We walked. We went to the store, Universal Studio store, saw little cute things. There's a little splash pad. There's some waters coming out. Tiago wasn't really amused, but if your kids like that, maybe bring water shoes or extra clothes if they get wet. And we just got dessert ice cream. We stopped at Voodoo Donut. That was delicious. It was during the week, so there was no line, which was nice because usually there's a big line there. And we came back. It was around 3 or 4, so we got a little bit of traffic going from City Walk to Santa Clarita. We got a little traffic, so if you can plan your outings around traffic time, that would be great. Tiago slept in the car, so it was fine, but then he woke up and was a little cranky because it wasn't comfortable. So yeah, that was the end of our second day. it was a quick trip. The third day, we woke up, packed up, ate, and left. And from Santa Clarita to Fresno, where we live, is actually close. It's only 3 hours. And right in the middle is Bakersfield, like about an hour and a half out. So we stopped there. We found this mall. It was right off of the freeway. We stopped there. We ate. We walked a little. We shopped a little. And it was a nice break for Tiago to be out of the car. And then another hour and a half back home. And we had enough time. I like leaving the place early so we can come back home early and get ready and unpack that same day instead of waiting for the next day, because we're all tired and the next day we can just relax. So yeah, that was our little quick trip to LA. It had been 2 years since we've gone. Last time we went, we did a lot more things because we stayed longer. I was actually pregnant with Tiago and didn't know. I put some pictures here. And we did the hike to Hollywood. That was fun. We went to Grand Central Market. That was a lot of fun. We wanted to do that, but we didn't get a chance to this time. So make sure that you pack up a hat, your sunscreen, a fan if you have one, a carrier in your stroller. Don't forget it like I did. Also, whenever we travel and we spend a night, we want to make sure that Tiago sleeps well. This trip, it was a little different. For one day he didn't, but it wasn't because we didn't bring enough stuff. We usually pack with us our sound machine, we pack a blackout curtain, and we bring out tape to tape it up, everything that is the little cracks of light, and that way he can sleep. I can just put him in there in the crib, even though it's a new place, because it's dark. He has a sound machine, he has a sleep sack, he sleeps. So that was good for us and for him as well. If you guys have any questions or any tips for our next trip, so let me know in the comments below. I'll appreciate it. If you can give this video a like or share with your friends, subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye. Yeah. Eu quero mais.
Oh, okay, that's enough. Well, of course he's gonna love it so much.
It's ice cream.
It's got sandía, first of all, and it's got sugar.
Dá tchau. Tchau. Manda beijo, filho. Uau.